All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to stream for about an hour. We've got a lot of topics to get through, but this first topic, we of course are going to talk about Tesla inventory and how Tesla inventory has skyrocketed. Almost all models, a little bit for the Model Y as well, but we had an increase of inventory across all the different models, the Model 3, the Model S and X. And of course, other topics, we're going to talk about the tax credit. Everybody has questions about that. Maybe a potential price drop, more potential for the Model S, X, Tesla option credit if you haven't heard of that, and much, much more. So definitely hit the like button, definitely hit the subscribe button. But before we get into any of that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing on your Tesla and all of that. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get the best credit union rates and interest rates for your Tesla. Definitely check out Patreon link down below. And thank you to my latest Patreon members, Jim, I think we have a call scheduled later today. Teja, Justin, and Haman, thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting. And thank you to everybody for coming in here. And we might be doing a giveaway this Friday if the giveaway item gets into my hands before this Friday. So definitely hit the subscribe, because we're going to be giving away a really cool Tesla accessory that is hot onto the market. But let us just get into this. We'll get into this right away. So Tesla Model Y is the hottest Tesla at the moment right now. That is a fact. I know a lot of you come in here, you talk about what's your estimated delivery date, all that stuff. And it seems like for the big consensus is that it is Model Y. And then I would say probably like Model S and X, and then maybe the Model 3. But on the inventory website, there really hasn't been much change. We still have nothing. We know more insight on this $7,500 federal tax credit. Nothing has been posted to the IRS website. I just checked it earlier today. I was taking a look, like nothing on this site as well, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later. But the biggest thing is that Tesla inventory. Shout out to MattJung.net. He tracks all the different inventory levels for all the different models. You can see right here, there is a healthy increase for the Tesla vehicles. All of them, Model 3, Y, S, and X, they have all just kind of skyrocketed for whatever reason. I mean, I think I know what the reason is, and I'll tell you in a second, but it's because it is the end of the quarter. It is March right now. Tesla, of course, needs to sell their inventory. They need to hit a number for the quarter end number. And so that's why inventory across the board has skyrocketed. Of course, we can take a look at individually all of them, but Model Y, I know a lot of people, that's what you guys come here, but Model Y did also have a nice healthy increase as well. I was taking a look at the Waiting for Tesla website. Shout out to TJ and the team. Model Y was up to almost 60 vehicles for sale that are posted onto the website. And of course, there's a good amount of them here right now. Wow, look at that, 30 long range all-wheel drive versions. That seems a little high, don't you agree there? I mean, I haven't seen that many in a while. But starting by demo, of course, there's no discounts here. Of course, so yesterday we talked about how there is a brand new Model 3 discount on demo vehicles. You can see right here, if we just apply demo, there is 315 eligible vehicles for sale. And if we apply demo, 44. So $1,300 discount, $1,380 discount. If you are in the market for a Model 3 standard range, it might be time to try and transact on one. Maybe, I would say maybe just wait a little bit longer as we get to the second or third week of March, maybe just even another week from now, as we start to see a lot more discounts. But definitely some crazy stuff. Let me know what's the temperature out there, what's your estimated delivery date range or date. I had a lot of messages that I saw yesterday, and where I guess people got pushed out to April, and now the reverse is happening. They're being pushed back into March, which kind of makes sense, right? Tesla changes on a dime a lot because they have to figure out logistically how can they ship these vehicles ASAP to customers in the area and all that stuff. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts, what's going on out there, what's the temperature. Let's just take a look at the Model S market. They kind of did a sleight of hand, that's for sure, and not really making big discounts anymore. You can see here $13,000 off. Wait, $13,000 off, $6,000 off, and at the same price. Something's going on the Model S side. It's very weird. But let's switch over to the Model X side. There's none. There's inventory here, but Model X, has definitely been not as crazy. These prices have been kind of the same for a bit. Even though they did drop it $10,000 on the brand new side, the demo vehicles did not really adjust at all. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I want to go back to the Model 3 side to see, is there any like long range discounts? Because we see a lot of, okay, so yeah, there's no Model 3 long ranges in inventory at the moment. There's only Model 3 standard ranges, 306 of them at least, and some of them are demo with a deal on top of that. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it are. We're going to roll into the next topic, and of course we will also get into the live stream and the chat, because that is the benefit of the live stream. You can ask anything you want on the live stream. I'll get to it. I'll answer your questions live. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there with pending delivery orders, pending deals, pending financing, and it's a weird time right now. Interest rates are going to keep going up. They're probably going to raise it again this month or next month. So locking in an interest rate and a credit union rate is definitely the advice. But of course, you can only lock it for 30 to 60 days. So tough at the end of the day. But we're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to, or after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla's 5.59%, all lower than that. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right, water break. Delicious. We got plenty of topics tonight. We're going to talk about the tax credit, $7,500. We're going to talk, well, potentially when that ending, and is it a transition period for that? We're going to talk about, can Tesla drop the price of the Model S or X even more? Tesla option credit. If you don't know what that is, we will talk about that and how potentially it is back. And how the Tesla Model Y, that's the next topic we're going to talk about, is going to be all about Tesla Model Y. So in this next topic, we're going to talk about Tesla Model Y, and specifically Project Juniper. There's an article that was just released that how the Project Juniper might not actually be a full refresh. So we'll take a look at it. We'll see what it's all about, because, Tesla, we're all about the new product and what's coming. And if the new Model Y isn't necessarily a huge major refresh, then it might not be worth it to wait 2 years for that. So we'll definitely take a look at it. If you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to talk, but basically just getting the best deal at the best financing rate on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and receive a variety of benefits. So definitely check that out if you are interested. So here's the article. Shout out to not a Tesla app for posting this. Tesla's Project Juniper focuses on the Model Y. Don't expect a major refresh. So this is kind of different from what we've hearing for the Model 3 Highland project, right? The Highland 3 project for the Model 3, kind of makes sense, right? Model 3 Highland has been out for, the Model 3 it is right now has been out for since 2017, 2018, but the Model Y has only really been out since like 2019, like 2020, 2021. So it'd be kind of weird that the Model Y would be refreshed like immediately like that. And so this kind of makes sense. So take a look into this article from Not a Tesla app. It's saying that basically it's the source that Not a Tesla app has is to not expect a complete refresh for the Model Y, but it's going to be much more like how the Model S and X went through a refresh in 2021. And that was pretty significant for the Model S and X. We went from horizontal or vertical screen down to horizontal, made some interior, exterior refreshes to the bumper and the rear bumper, and also the rims. So I think that's a good enough refresh for Tesla. It seems like that's kind of Tesla's MO. They just kind of change, subtle things here and there. I mean, other vehicles do that too. Like think Porsche 911. They just make subtle changes here and there to make it better. I mean, of course, maybe Porsche does it a little bit better than Tesla, and maybe I'm not comparing Tesla to Porsche, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So, I mean, the Tesla Model Y refresh or Project Juniper is probably not going to be out for at least 2 years is my prediction. But yeah, this is just, hampering our expectations just a little bit here, and really not to expect a major change. The same source said this will not be a major redesign internally or externally. However, the exterior of the vehicle is expected to have more changes. Much like the Model 3's upcoming changes with the Project Highland, the majority of these changes will be focused on cost cutting. Okay, so basically following the Model 3 and not trying to go too crazy, because I mean that's what they talked about a lot at Investor Day, at Tesla Investor Day. They talked a lot about efficiencies, cost cutting, making more, I guess, profit at the end of the day. And so this would certainly make sense with the Project Model Y Juniper. So my opinion on this kind of stuff is, if you need a car right now, just buy a Tesla Model Y. Just get into one that you need, and don't really keep waiting, because there's always going to be something else. There's always going to be a newer technology, a newer hardware 4.0, or hardware 5.0 at some point, robotaxi, all that stuff. So there's really no timing of it, and there's really just move on. Just buy it when you can comfortably, and don't really worry about because there's always going to be new stuff at the end of the day. So let me know what your thoughts on this are. Do you think, do you kind of agree? I mean, at this point, it's so early in the game, but it's just that early. But we're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. So down below in the description, there's a Patreon link. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But thanks for joining in, everyone. Welcome. If you're just joining in, inventory has skyrocketed for Tesla. And just a little bit for the Tesla Model Y, but across the board, Tesla inventory or new car inventory has gone up. You can see right here on Matt Jung's inventory chart, we're seeing a lot of vehicles being posted to the website. And what is that reason? What's the reason? Well, it's because it is the end of the quarter, end of the first quarter of 2023, which is March, the third month. And that's why Tesla needs sales, basically. With this next topic, I think some of you, if you're on the fence and you have not placed an order, well, actually no, even if you have placed an order, this next topic will be very interesting to you. We've got this topic coming up. I'm going to talk about Tesla option credit, if you don't know what that is. Then we'll talk about the Model S and the Model X, pricing of that. Could it go even more? And then we'll round it out with the $7,500 federal tax credit, because I know a lot of people want to talk about that. And if you got questions about the federal tax credit, the $7,500 federal tax credit, drop it down below in the chat, because I will answer it. And it's kind of unfortunate I realized something today, so I'll tell you a little story about that as well. But let's jump into the next one. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. In this next topic, if you're just joining in, we are going to talk about Tesla option credit, what that exactly is, and why it might be coming back soon, because it is back in a different market. And when we know Tesla, when Tesla starts to roll out certain options or certain promotions in other parts of the world, it will come to the United States. And a fun fact, option credit has been around in the United States. It comes around every quarter or so. And so I'll tell you how to actually be able to utilize it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that up if hit the subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Tesla Chan, a avid Twitter poster about the Tesla market. He posted it, or they posted this update for the Tesla Korea market. And see, number one, so we already knew about number two. Number two is Samsung card interest rate, 3.3% financing for your Tesla. Wish we had those rates over here. And then a 4% interest rate plus 1 year free supercharging. So it must mean that they have a lot of inventory vehicles available because they are rolling out these similar or same type of incentives that we saw in December of last year when we also had free supercharging for 2 years. But this one stuck out to me because we know exactly what this is. This is Tesla option credit, and they had this around in December of last year. But what this is, or as it's labeled here, price discount for select vehicles with options, paint, seat, or wheel. So let me explain what this is. Basically, if you have a order in the queue and it seems like Tesla won't be able to deliver your vehicle by the end of this month, they will actually offer to you, hey, if you've got a Model Y long range that's white with black interior, but they say, hey, we've got a gray one that's with black interior that just got cancellation, that's on its way, or it's available now. Would you be willing to take it? We will waive the $1,000 extra option credit the extra option fee for that. That's what's called a option credit. They could do it. We've seen it done with rims, we've seen it done with paint, and we've also seen it done with interior color. I've yet to see it done with all three combined at once. They can really only choose one or maybe even two, unless you're buying like a Model S or X. Model S or X, I've seen it all three done at the same time, plus maybe even I've heard full self-driving was given for free, but I'm not sure. I didn't really fact check that, but there's a lot of wiggle room, that's for sure. So that's why I say, like, we talk about EDD hacks all the time where you can change your order to whatever is incoming, or you can change your order to induction rims, especially for the Model Y, that might bump up your order. But the biggest hack that in my opinion works is go to your local Tesla center, especially if you got the Model 3. Model 3, they're very aggressive on trying to sell these vehicles. Model Y, a little bit tougher because there's just too much demand for the Model Y. There's too much production as well, or not enough production for the Model Y. But if you got a Model 3 order and you don't have an estimated delivery date, or if you got an estimated delivery date, that's April. Go to your store, go to your local center, and just try and strike a conversation with your Tesla rep that's at the store. And of course, be nice. You get more bees with honey. Talk to them, see if there's any cancellations, see if there's any vehicles that are incoming, and see if they'd be willing to waive some of your credit for some of the options. And actually, this is a proven thing, and actually, I have screenshot evidence proof in my email right now of which someone that scheduled a call with me last month that did this, and they waived the option credit and they wrote them a check, of course, 2 months later for the amount of what they were promised of the $1,000 or $2,000 in interior paint and all that stuff. So I know for a fact this actually works. It's just you gotta find, of course, not all Tesla advisors are the same, and you gotta find the right one that's be willing to be working with you. And it is really best to work with maybe if you don't have an order in the queue and you're on the fence, just go to the store and see if they can make any sort of deals with you. Maybe even a manager or anything like that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know if you've done this before in the past, or if you are trying, if you work trying to do this right now with the open dialogue with the store. And it doesn't hurt, especially if you're close to a store. You can drop on by, talk to them, and see if you can lock one down at the end of the day. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments and to answer any of your questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best deal at the best price, including interest rates and credit unions on that list that all have lower interest rates, lower than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out if you are interested, down below in the description. And thank you for supporting. Water break. If you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla inventory has skyrocketed across all different models. Shout out to MattJung.net for posting this inventory chart. You can see right here, there is a healthy increase of models right here. Even Model Y has seen some increase as well. So hopefully your EDD has been pushed up if it was pushed to April, and it'd be a much better. All right, let's jump into this. Hey Dennis, what's your pup's name? First time to see you on stream? Yeah, we've got 2 of them. I try to keep them out because sometimes they get a little antsy and they want to leave. But Steve the Corgi. And it's got my Model Y performance picked up scheduled for March 13th. Congrats to you. That's coming up 5 days from now. Nice. Hopefully, you got your financing all squared away and ready to go. Maybe you can help. I sent the order agreement to Tower, but the loan is late because it doesn't include the VIN. It's the 6-page order report from Tesla. What is that they need from them? I would ask for the MVPA from Tesla Financing. Email Tesla Financing and then get the buyer's order. I ordered Model Y in January. The app told me March 26th to 31st a couple days ago, and then it changed to April 10th to May 15th. Ooh, yeah. What state are you in? MVPA is only available after you get your VIN. That's what Tower wants. Yes. Hey, Dennis, I put a deposit on an existing inventory Model Y Peep, and I also got the VIN for delivery today. I can take delivery of the existing this Friday, but they will not budge to match my base price of the order. I talked to Tesla rep store over the phone and via the SMS portal. Wow. I have 24 hours to decide if I want to existing order they cancel my order. Basically, $2K more to scare the tax credit compared to waiting for my custom build, which should maybe get here by the end of the month. Huh, so Rock, that's a very interesting situation because I've heard that they will match that to your order, but that's unfortunate that they won't do it. Yeah, I mean, that's a hard one because the tax credit could change at any moment. We're about to talk about that as our last topic, and the last thing that someone said, now of course not the IRS or Tesla, is saying end of the month. So that's a tough one. I mean, you could essentially try and gamble it, but that's a big gamble. I mean, I guess maybe flip a coin, 50-50. Can you comment on the IRS tax rate on the used check? Last time I checked, it was 4K. Yeah, it's 4K, but you have to purchase from a dealer and under 25,000. I don't think we're going to see a huge upgrade refreshes if the goal is to bring prices down. Yeah, I completely agree too. Unless sales start to really go off of a cliff, then Tesla really needs to figure out something. What happened to the petition you created? Still there. We're almost at 8,000 signatures, but it's really not getting any sort of attention from Tesla, unfortunately. Do you think Model 3 will have the new cameras? I think yes. Model 3 and Model Y have the new cameras for 2023 model years. That's what it sounds like. But of course, double check. What's about a zero down credit, like zero down financing? You have to go through like credit unions and stuff like that. Tesla, I've heard the lowest they'll do is like $1,000 to $2,000 minimum financing. Credit unions, you can actually do zero depending on your credit history, income history, all that stuff. Do you think we'll see Tesla lower the price of the Model 3 Performance by the end of the month? There's no change since January. Definitely possible, but maybe not because this is our leading indicator right here. If there's a lot of inventory, prices go down. So right now there's a lot of Model 3 standard range inventory. Prices should go down. And if the Model 3 standard range, we'll talk about this, I guess, with the $7,500 federal tax rate, if it loses that tax rate, then they should drop the price like today. Do you think Model Y prices increase? I think so, yes, if the $7,500 tax credit stays in play. If it doesn't, then yeah. Went to my local Tesla and almost matched to a vehicle that was damaged repairs, but I missed it by almost 30 seconds. Dang. Yeah, damage repair is my favorite type of inventory because you typically get bigger discounts. But and usually it's not that bad. Unless it's like a $10,000-$20,000 repair order, then maybe not. RIP 93 Ford. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles. Nice. You're talking about your order getting pushed. Yeah, don't worry. Fingers crossed. It might get pushed back up as well. I'm going to the delivery appointment on Friday for the existing inventory order, and if there's nothing wrong with it, I'm going to reject it and stick with my incoming custom order. Yeah, I mean that actually makes a lot of sense. You might as well go check it out, go through all the paces, and yeah, it's not a bad idea. And then you could kind of play hardball with them, right? Like, I want to reject this unless you match it to my other order. That might be the move, Sir Rock. Might be the move. I mean, they might, play hardball with you. And Sir Rock, that might not be a good strategy because once you see the Model Y in person, you might get, excited and you might just be like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to take delivery. So just be wary of that. You got to hold to your guns. That's for sure. I don't know if Model 3 has the new cameras. Really don't know. The consensus on the forum is Model 3 and Y do not have the new cameras for the 2023. Model Y does not have the new camera. I see. New camera, circular plastic around them. Okay, that makes sense then. Take $5K on Demo Model S or gamble till end of the quarter. I mean, if you don't have an order right now, I would just keep gambling until the end of the quarter because there's nothing that is, especially for Model S and Model X, there's nothing that is going to push you to, that needs you to take delivery. Like I'm talking like 7,500 federal tax credit, that doesn't play with that. So you might as well just gamble to the end of the quarter. Keep an open dialogue though with your Tesla, local Tesla center. See if, they want to entice you with the special deal. But wait like another week, I would say, because that's when the Model S and X are probably going to try and clear those inventory. But even though Model S inventory is still kind of, it's like not high, but low. I mean, 214, it was 100 yesterday. So you could wait. But you got the one thing to address about the Model S, and actually we will talk about that in our next topic right now. Cue up the stream, water break. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today in this next topic, we're going to talk about the Model S and the Model X, and can Tesla drop the price of it even more? We'll take a look at historical of numbers of this, and also of course there's a tweet that goes along that inspired this. So we'll definitely take a look at this. Of course, this is for Model S and X owners out there, and so and shout out to Too Hot 81 for posing this topic. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Warren Redlick for this tweet, which inspired me to make this topic, because the previous low price of the Model S was $69,420. That was at least a little profitable. The new Model S cost Tesla less to manufacture. That's an assumption, I would assume. And selling it for $90K is at least a 30% gross margin. It now undercuts all these competitors, or all these cars. Tesla is the competition. So if we take a look at this, you can see all the different, same segment, same sedan type of vehicles in that. And of course, the Model S does not qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, but this does kind of answer or make me curious about can Tesla lower the price of the Model S and X even further? Can it go actually down to $70,000? Because there's two things at play here. Of course, the Model S is a sedan, so it wouldn't qualify for a $7,500 tax credit even if it got under $80,000. But the Model X, if it went down under $80,000, it could qualify for a $7,500 federal tax credit as an SUV. So of course, all we can do is look at the history books to see if maybe potentially does Tesla have that type of range. And of course, we'll go to our handy Tesla car price history tracker and we'll take a look. When was the Model S ever at $69,420? So I've got Model S pulled up right here, and I guess I don't see it, right? 69 right here, I guess right here. So January of 2013, the Model S was, 69,000, maybe even 67,000. Well, wait, the Model S40, so maybe the small battery, 60,000 as well. So I'm not sure if we could actually compare any of these, but anyways, it looks like potentially the Model S could have more room to go if they need to. The one thing that we do know is the 2021 refresh, when it first got released, was $80,000 or $79,990, and right now it's still It's still at like a $90,000, at least a $10K swing from that. So potentially Tesla could go another $10,000 if they it's in their range, right? And then they could keep going even further. But the one way to track this, the one way to see is, of course, take a look at waiting for Tesla, see how many vehicles that they have or Tesla has out for sale. And if it jumps to 400, 500, then there's potentially a more discount coming. But right now, it seems like it's pretty stable and balanced. This seems to be the threshold of what people want to pay for a Model S, at like $75,000 to $85,000 price hold. And so, it could be a while before that discount goes. But the good news, if you're on the fence, if you're looking to buy in this market right now, we are at the end of the quarter, or the last month of the first quarter, and that's typically when we start to see more Tesla deals, or at least more different strategies that Tesla likes to incentivize to try and move these Teslas, and there could be option credit, that could be free supercharging, that could be trade-in credit. So, it does not hurt to start an open dialogue with your local Tesla center, maybe go on Tesla chat, or maybe even just walk into the store. And then on top of that, there is a fifth or sixth type of inventory vehicle that's never shown on a website, and that's what's called test drive showroom damage disclosure type of vehicles. Those are vehicles that could have got damage in transit or on a test drive. They fix it, of course. You can actually ask for a repair order to see how much damage, and you could also get a bigger discount as well. So definitely ask for that. They don't show that anywhere. You literally have to ask a Tesla advisor to take a look at that. And Model X side, if we go there, the cheapest price of a Model X in terms of the refresh was $89,000 right here, $90,000. But if we take a look at way back before, there was a 60D Model X, and in 2016, that was a $74,000, vehicle. So could Tesla, if they need to fire sale and clear out a lot of vehicles, I'm not saying they could, but it'd be pretty crazy if they went to a brand new price of $79,990. Or do they do, some other stuff, right? Do they introduce a Model S standard range, a Model X standard range, make it, equal amongst, the whole entire fleet? Would you buy a Model X standard range for $79,990 that qualifies for the tax credit and had maybe a 300 mile range, or because the Model X right now with the 20-inch rims or with the regular rims is a 350 range, so 300 mile range, still good enough, right? But a low price of $79,990. That could be an easy way for Tesla to move more vehicles, move more units. I mean, what we do know is Elon is for volume and not profit margin. And so if he needs to sell or if Tesla needs to sell 1.8 million vehicles, and with Tom Zhu at the helm, coming from Tesla China executive, it could be a very interesting time for the Model S and Model X market over the next year at this point. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Hopefully that answers your question to Hot 81 on, what's the deal right now. It could be a good time to wait. I mean, I'll be honest. We did purchase a 2022 Tesla Model X. It wasn't, it was right around this price right here. It was a 7-seater, so it was good, but we purchased it in December. So it was right before the end of the year and all that stuff. And so am I feeling a little bit, a little pain from these price drops? Not yet. But we've also got a more $10,000 swing to go. And so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm still happy with the purchase. I'm going to keep the Model X for 2 to 3 years, I hope. And the reason why I say I hope is because there's, that other vehicle that's coming out soon from Tesla. And hopefully, that could change the game. That's for sure. But let me know your thoughts on the Model S and X market. Do you think Tesla could drop it even further? Or do you think right now it's the lowest it could be at the end of the moment? But we're going to jump into our last topic, which of course is about the $7,500 federal tax credit, what we found out. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions and banks that I have on my list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, because Tesla financing is actually, let me just double check, 5.59% is probably going to keep going up. So definitely check out the Patreon link down below in the description if you wanted to support and receive those benefits. If you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla inventory has skyrocketed across all platforms, Model 3, Y, S, and X. Model Y, of course, not the most, but we're at 60 Model Ys earlier today, and now we're at 44. We could probably refresh this again, and still a good amount. And the crazy thing is, there's actually a lot of long ranges that are available. I mean, 33 is not a terrible amount, a lot, but still a good amount, still a big amount. That's what I would say. And all right, we are going to get into our last topic, and we're going to talk about the $7,500 federal tax credit and a unfortunate story today about it. And I want to hear your thoughts. Or I guess I kind of already know some of your thoughts on it. And I also received a comment today, which kind of gave me, the why I guess I called and had, this interesting conversation as well. So let me load this up for sure. But let's see. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. In this next topic, we're going to talk about the $7,500 federal tax credit on the Tesla EVs and what this one person is starting to give us guidelines about when it could potentially change and for different vehicles as well. So we'll take a look at it, take a look at that prediction, and we'll see what, if I agree. And we'll also talk about like how, really quickly on how the $7,500 federal tax credit works and how unfortunately this one or credible source for the federal tax credit, I think is 100% wrong, but we will talk about it. If you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on any Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Troy Teslike. He posted this, or they posted this. I'm assuming it's a he, right, Troy? Battery requirements for the $7,500 federal tax credit will be clarified by the IRS by the end of the month. So, of course, key word here, by the end of the month. When I first read that, I thought, oh, it's going to be at the end of this month. But he's saying, or they're saying, by the end of the month, which really still could be at any moment it could potentially change. So I've got this handy dandy article here, or this fact sheet from the IRS that actually goes into a lot of different details about the federal tax rate. So definitely check it out if you are interested in figuring this out. But the one thing it does go into that is that in any moment the IRS and the Treasury could release more clarification on how the federal tax rate is broken up, the 3750 and the 3750, based upon like critical battery minerals and manufacturing. It's essentially parsed out like that. And once they announce their details on this, the next day it could go into effect unless they release further guidelines. And so what Troy Teslike is actually predicting here is that the tax credit for the Model 3 standard range is expected to drop to zero because, of course, the LFP battery from China, minerals and all that stuff, and also the vehicle is probably produced in China. And after that, there's a 30 to 60 day transitionary period. And that could help sell a lot of their Model 3 rear-wheel drives that are sitting right now. They've got like 300 plus on the website. But the one thing I've never heard before is about this 30 to 60 day transitionary period. So if that goes into effect, that could help Tesla a lot, especially with the Model 3 standard range. And then Tesla could maybe drop the price on it after that. And so he goes into reasons on why the Model 3 does not qualify for the full 7,500 tax credit. The car is not built in North America, and the critical battery minerals are not, sourced from America. But the question is, like, what about the Model Y, the Model Y long range? And taking a look here, it doesn't really look like he goes into much about that. But I think I've heard him say that he does predict the Model Y long range will get the full $7,500 federal tax credit. But at this point, we really have no idea. But if you're wondering, how does the, here we go. Do you expect the Model 3 long range to come back instead? Should qualify for the full $7,500, same as the Model Y. They don't have the 2170 cells needed for that because a lot of 27s to go to the Giga Texas. So then, as we predicted before, the Model Y standard range coming from Giga Texas might actually get the full $7,500 tax credit. But here's the story. So I actually, if you don't know how the $7,500 federal tax credit works, it's a reduction. It's a non-refundable reduction of your tax liability. You probably heard that term a lot. And so I got this comment earlier today. You can see it's right here from D. I read every single comment. So if you comment on the videos, I read through them all. I try and respond to all of them as well. Hey, Dennis, I spoke to an IRS through the Help Center 38. $7,500 credit only works if I owe money after filing taxes. If I don't owe or receive tax refund from the IRS, this $7,500 tax credit won't work. Your videos mentioned that we get the tax credit from the federal taxes paid during the year using a calculator. So I wanted to address this live on stream because I want to clarify it, and I found the right terminology to finally actually clarify it. And what sucks about this is because I believe that, the IRS, there's no way they would be giving this information. So I also called the IRS hotline to see. And of course, it's just a call center person over there that you can talk to that, probably works from home and whatever. I don't want to pass any sort of judgment from that, and essentially kind of reading off of a script. And so the person talked about it and said that, read non-refundable tax credit off of your tax liability. And then I asked her even further, like, if you don't get a refund, or if you get a refund, does it add on top of it? And she basically said, no, it is non-refundable. And unfortunately, it's kind of like how their perception of what the words they're reading is maybe jumbling on that. And so I went to go find what are the definitions of certain things. And so right here, what is tax liability? The total tax liability is a combined amount of taxes you owe to the IRS from income tax, capital gains tax, self-employment tax, any penalties or interest. This includes any past taxes you haven't paid from previous years. So that explains tax liability, right? So if you make W-2 income, you're going to have a tax liability. The second definition is non-refundable tax credit. A non-refundable tax credit is a reduction on the amount of income taxes that a taxpayer owes, but it can reduce the amount of owed to zero, but nothing further. And then the last thing I wanted to address is like the definition of a refundable tax rate, which is the opposite of a non-refundable one. So a refundable tax rate can be used to generate a federal tax larger than the amount of the tax paid through the year. In other words, a refundable tax rate creates the possibility of a negative federal tax liability. I know a lot of this is still probably pretty confusing to you all, but essentially at the end of the day is, if you make W-2 income, and I was plugging this in for a friend earlier today, $190,000, you can see right here there is a federal tax liability of $36,888. Most people usually pay most of that through your W-2 paychecks. There's a line item for your federal tax credit, and so you would get $7,500 of that back no matter what. And I wanted to further fact check this even more. I pulled up the TurboTax software, which you can do yourself, and I inputted I bought a brand new electric vehicle this year, and my tax refund jumped up $7,500 to the penny. So if you don't believe me, I would say consult a CPA. Unfortunately, the IRS is not the best source for this. And the funny thing with this is, like, she even said, like, if you want further clarification, please talk to like someone who can pull up your own tax situation. And I was like, I don't want to get into any of this. But at the end of the day, please talk to a professional. Please talk to a CPA. And take a look at these definitions for yourself, and look at the IRS fact sheet to make your own kind of judgment. But unfortunately, it's interesting because there's a lot of information out there, and a lot of perception, and a lot of maybe misinformation. But hopefully that clears some of it up to you all, and it makes a lot of sense to you. We're going to jump into the live stream comments and to answer all that. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you get a lot of benefits. So definitely check it out. And some of those benefits actually include banks, and a list of banks and interest rates, credit unions that all have interest rates better than Tesla financing, which Tesla financing has 5.59%. So definitely check out if you're interested. That link down below in the description. Welcome. If you're just joining in, Tesla inventory has skyrocketed across all models, but Model Y, there's inventory, and for some reason there's a lot of Model Y long range inventory as well. So if you've got an estimated delivery date, maybe try an EDD hack, or maybe go into the store and see if they can line you up with one of these. Yeah, the discount was $1,650 as well. Okay. Is now a good time to buy or Model Y, or wait to see what happens with the $7,500 federal tax rate? If you can lock down an inventory vehicle and you can get the $7,500 federal tax rate, I would say just try and get one ASAP. Just picked up Model Y long range Austin build. Ooh, has matrix headlights. A few door jam issues, but overall not a bad build. Oh, good to know. Model Y Austin has matrix headlights as well. For a while, we were only seeing, Model Y from Fremont have matrix headlights, but good to know. Checklist for delivery date. I want to check. There's a great checklist on the Patreon link down in the description, but that's actually something you can really Google really easily and get. There's like millions of variations on that. If the federal tax rate goes away or gets cut in half, do you think Tesla will lower the price by the corresponding amount? I think yes, but not right away. I think they would do it, but they would hold tight for like 2 to 4 weeks, especially if it goes away in April. They have really no motivation to try and sell vehicles in April because it's the first month of the quarter. But if they are not hitting the numbers or if they're getting a lot of cancellations, then they might increase the discount. What is the range hit from taking the aero caps off as a Model 3? It seems like you purposely make it look good so you can upgrade them. I would say like maybe like 10%. I think there's studies on people that did that. Is it wise to wait for the X to go down to $79.99? I would say so. If you don't need a car right now, if you can wait, or if you don't need a Model X for any other reasons, I mean, might as well. Use Model X versus new Model Y long range. I would say if you can get a 2021 refresh for, I mean, those prices are going even lower now. I don't even know what my buy point would be. Maybe 80. If you get one for 80, might not be a bad idea. I love you. Love you, Dennis. Thank you, Wookie Cookies. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for dropping that and hitting the like button. Thanks for coming in. Should I place Model 3 performance order or Model Y long range now? ED doesn't matter. That's tough. That is tough. I mean, speed really doesn't matter to me. I think like I don't really prefer it. Like and it's funny I say that because I've had a Model 3 performance and a Model Y performance, but I was never in that sport mode, which gives you the quickest 0 to 60. So I would just say go for the Model Y long range. It's more value. It's bigger car, higher ride height, SUV style. I would say just do that. I mean, or just get a Model Y performance. But then suspension, you won't. It's not that good either. Will you do a fan meet and greet? Actually, yeah, I've been thinking about that. I think I have a really good video concept that's right in line with all of this. And of course, I'll probably buy you all boba that come out to it if you're willing to be a part of the video. Yeah, maybe after a bunch of you get your Teslas and maybe, OC Tint Solutions, where we are running the giveaway for free 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, might actually be moving to a new shop. So if they move to a new shop, I think it'd be cool to do a meetup there. Plus, of course, they would probably do an opening party giveaway. And then we could also film my video that I've been thinking about out the back of my head. I think it'd be a good idea too. Look at how many Model Y long range are 7-seater. Tesla seems to be having more trouble moving 7-seaters. 4K is pretty steep for those extra 2 seats. Yeah, 100%. I didn't even see that. Are these all 7-seaters? Oh, no, it looks like most. Oh, yeah, 7, 5, 5, 7, 7. Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. That is why. Good observation, Sir Rock. Love it. Dennis, do you think not trading to Tesla is delaying getting my VIN? No, has nothing to do with it, I would say. But maybe if you're not going to trade your vehicle to Tesla, then don't let them, tell them you're not doing that, I guess. So that way they take it off your deal. Delivery date of Model Y changed to March 24 to 31st. Nice. Was it in April before and they bump it up, or is it before that? VIN assigned today. Should I apply for the California rebate and IRS credits? Both of those you actually cannot apply for until you take delivery. And also California CVRP, you can apply after you take delivery. And then the IRS credit is when you file for your taxes next year. Christian, hey, good to see you. Thanks for being a Patreon. Thanks for being a Patreon member, Christian. Who makes up these guidelines? So random. Yeah, it's so confusing at the end of the day, and I feel like they purposely make it confusing. My estimated delivery date was moved from March 7th to March 13th, March 16th to March 31st. Okay, so down to the wire to the end of the month. So, I mean, if we believe Troy Tesla, I guess at the end of the day, he did say it will be clarified by the end of the month. So, that's kind of accurate, by the end of the month. So, who knows when it'll be changed at this point? Fingers crossed it'll be changed at the end of the month. My girlfriend finally got her delivery date, Model Y standard range, 318. Did get a message about Tesla Vision. I'm curious to see if it has before when we pick it up. Yeah, that'd be really interesting because Giga Austin build. Hopefully it has the matrix headlights. That'd be cool. Model Y long range 7-seater. Nice. Any news beyond CVRP? Been waiting to apply for my Model Y long range. Dang, you got a Tesla family. Nice. Or couple. I like it. CVRP, unfortunately, we did get wrong information, and it is not. Doesn't seem like it's going up. It's still at 2,000 for the Model 3 and the Model Y. I would say, funds are they're not gone, but they are going at a pretty fast rate. I mean, just like a week ago, this said 359 million. So they've given out 15 million within a week and a half. So I would just get an application in and lock it down for the 2000 and wouldn't really worry more so on that. My EDD is 21 through the 31st of March. Worried about 7,500 federal tax rebate. Yes, it could change at any point. Model 3 performance or long range. Which one should I get? I would say long range, but that's me. Hoping for a 60-day transition was in Tesla Store and told my expected delivery date was May 10th. Ooh, that's a far out time for sure. Try some of our EDD hacks. Would you recommend buying a used Tesla? Thanks. Depends on price. Depends really at the end it comes down to price, and then I would say 2 years old and like 20,000 miles. So that way you have the life of the factory warranty left. How much difference is ceramic nano tint compared to non-ceramic tint? Is it night and day difference in 100-degree weather? Toppy Andy, I actually don't know. I don't really know the question answer to that one. Ceramic, I mean, does a ceramic, I don't know. I just always go with ceramic now these days. I think it's more about like UV rays, and because UV is protecting you from the sun, like the dangerous sun, and then IV or IR is the heat from the sun. And so I would say you want both, but not really sure. Or I don't even know if that has anything to do with ceramic. Sorry. Has everyone got a delivery date for Q2? Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are in the April, May, June timeframe. They're charging more for inventory for the exact same amount I paid, about $1,400 more for inventory. Yeah, so it seems like you used to be able to match orders to the price, but also there's EDD hacks where if you change your vehicle to inventory, then that might actually work as well, as long as it's in the same area. And also maybe even changing to induction rims could actually help your order as well. But trying to get them to match it, that's the tough one. My delivery day says April to June. Yeah, a lot of people got pushed. So my question to you is, what state are you in? And there's still a chance it could go up to March. Where can I find a list of states that Tenet works in? I'm in Ohio. I actually don't know, but I think you could just fill out a form down below in the link down below in the description, and then I'll tell you if Ohio works for them, because I don't think they do like a hard inquiry right off the bat. Mine was June, booked it January 29th. Ooh, that's really far out. Do you apply ceramic coating in the seats? I have white interior. Yes, 100% if you have white interior. I have black interior and I applied ceramic coating. Was it confirmed that everyone is getting vision message when getting VIN, or is it giving out to people who are potentially getting the updated camera as a hardware for it? I actually don't know. It could be a mixed bag. I don't know if it's all of them. Some people are reporting it. Some people are. Meet and greet. I'm down. Yes, we will do it. Probably it's either going to be at Jason's new shop, OC Tint Solutions, or I mean, it's always an easy one is like a supercharger in LA or maybe even OC. But thanks for watching the stream, everyone. If you're just joining in, Model Y or Tesla inventory has skyrocketed and gone up. And there's discounts on the Model 3 if you're interested in that, discounts on the Model S, and of course, discounts on the Model X. So there is a good, healthy amount. Model Y, we saw a discount one for like almost $1,800 yesterday, but of course that disappeared very, very quickly. In terms of other channel updates, there might be a giveaway this Friday for a new Tesla accessory that everybody will probably want. If the item, they shipped me a demo unit, so of course I will show it on the stream. And of course we'll take a look at it and potentially run that giveaway this Friday. And also there is another giveaway that's running right now. If you want 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, you can check it out right here. Of course, you have to be willing to travel to Anaheim to OC Tint Solutions. And if you are looking for the best, in my opinion, best install for tint, check out OC Tint Solutions in Anaheim. They install 3M ceramic tint. And if you don't believe me on their work, 5 out of 5 stars on Yelp. So thank you to thank you to Jason for sponsoring the giveaway, and hit up Jason. Maybe he will give you a Dennis YouTube deal. So you just put in the comments Dennis YouTube, and he'll give you a deal if the giveaway doesn't, if you don't win, because it's only one winner for any Tesla Model 3, Y, S, or X. That's just some channel updates. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for always being here, hitting the like button. We've got a couple more questions. With 20-inch rims, I'm getting 330 miles per charge. That's pretty good, actually. I would think it would be like 280, but pretty good. I got the vision method after I got vision message. Okay, yeah, so it seems like it's right after that. That makes sense. I tried to negotiate demo Model X pricing by calling, chatting, and visiting the showroom, but no luck. They're so firm on pricing. Yeah, I would say, Vincent, wait a little bit longer because we're about to enter into the end of the quarter, end of the first quarter. I would say maybe try going again. I mean, let's look at the calendar right here. It's Wednesday, March 8th. We've still got, I would say maybe even go March 22nd, March 23rd. If we follow along Tesla's pattern, they always do discounts, or they seem to release discounts on like 23rd, like Thursdays and Fridays. So maybe even try going like 23rd of March, or even if you could wait even longer, 27th of March on a Monday when it's real slow. So maybe that'll work for you. Getting my Model Y long range full body wrap PPF plant tint this week. Wow. Nice. Congrats. What shop are you getting that done at? Are you going to Extreme Edge or somewhere else? Getting delivery Model Y white long range this coming Monday. Nervous and excited. Any methods, any advice on mats to purchase? I mean, we've got actually sponsors on the channel. Check them out down below. We've got Tamai. Well, actually, these aren't really sponsors. Tesloid was a sponsor because the third one at the bottom, because we got Tesla to give away all-weather floor mats to a lucky viewer about 3 weeks ago, and maybe we'll do that again. But Tamai, discount code right there, 10% off. They've got great accessories. I've got a box of them over there. Jawa, really good phone mount for your Tesla. I've used it twice now in 2 of my vehicles, so discount code right there. And then Tesloid, a newcomer to the block, gave away the all-weather floor mats. They seem to have a good price, one for a set as well. But I would say, in terms of recommendation, don't spend too much. Don't spend $200, $300 on all-weather floor mats. I would say, like, to me, $100. Because it's all basically the same, and or they're going to get messed up anyways. So there's really no point in trying to go gung-ho or crazy with all-weather floor mats, in my opinion, at least. Should I charge Model 3 all LFP to daily? Sure, why not? You can. It shouldn't hurt the battery. Going somewhere else, got a great deal, 4,200 all in with 5 stars. That actually is a great deal. Ooh, yeah. Full body PPF. Are you going stealth or just the clear version? Paula, Model Y performance order date 2/3. Got VIN delivered, got VIN today, delivery 3/12. Nice. Coming up 4 days. Hopefully you got your financing all squared away. Are you going with Tesla financing, or are you going with a credit union with a lower rate? What is a good price for all windows, overhead glass, tint, ceramic? The roof, that's the tough one to try and price that. But all around, I mean, hit up Jason at OC Tint Solution. He'll give you the Dennis YouTube deal. Hit him up. Go to their website. Type in the comments, Dennis YouTube deal for OC Tint Solution. They from my research, they had the best price before, and they have the best quality work, I would say. And on top of that, if you're in the LA area, they have like police insurance, where basically, knock on wood, if you get pulled over and get a fix-it ticket, they will replace your tint for free. So check it out. I believe in Model 3 LFP likes being at 100%. Yes. I think it doesn't damage at all. Hey, Dennis, if my words are harsh. It is Deekish. Hey, I was just talking about you, actually. Just talking about you. Let me switch the camera. I was going to pull up your comments, because I literally just talked about, well, it's going to be clipped out and you'll be able to watch it later, but I talked about your comments, and hopefully you heard what I said, and hopefully it makes sense to you, because it's kind of unfortunate that the IRS is also giving bad information, or at least a person at the IRS. But at the end of the day, I would say go to, talk to a CPA, and they'll give you the right answer at the end of the day. Do you recommend tint the roof glass on all 3 and why? Sure, why not? I've done it before. We even made a video on it. It's a lot of glass, so UV and all that stuff, it makes a lot of sense. But check it out. This video right here, we tinted all the glass, including the front windshield and the roof on top of it. Oh, look at that. Everyday Chris right here. Do you recommend? Yeah. Model S, Model Y, Blue 80K if the numbers don't look good by mid-March. Yeah, it could definitely be. I saw you explain about my comment on 25. I didn't mean it. If it gets your attention, I know you will correct. No, it's fine. Don't feel bad about the comment. It was good. It was good. It's good conversation starter at the end of the day. Not doing stealth, not sure how it'll look. Sorry. Not doing stealth, not sure how it'll look on white. Oh, I do like the glossy look. No, yeah, definitely. It makes a lot of sense. Sorry if my words are harsh. No, don't be sorry at all. What's going on here? There is always good window tint on Groupon. Check your local deals. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'd be worried about that is I really would want to find someone that has done a lot of Teslas, like back to back, because there's a lot of like weird, I mean, Tesla already has like bad build quality, and so like adding water on top of that with, you know, tint, you want to make sure you have someone that knows how to do it so they don't mess up anything behind it, because I've heard horror stories where, you know, electronics could fry, and yeah, so you don't want to mess with that, in my opinion. Any recommendations on iPhone cases that work with the wireless charging on my Model Y? Yeah, I don't know, actually. Mine works really well. It's just a Spigen one. I think this is Spigen. Wait, is this Spigen? Maybe you need the one with the MagSafe, I guess. Maybe not. If the model, it was my Model Y pre-delivery today. Had to cancel. There was a ding due to transportation and a paint defect on the pillar. They were offering me to send a paint shop before handing the key to me. Yeah, that's so I do try and warn everybody, you know, that all Teslas have paint issues, all Teslas have build quality issues, and so that I usually don't try and make a stink unless I see rust or paint flaking. So, but I mean, I get it. You know, you're paying a lot of paying a lot of money for a Tesla or for a vehicle, a Model Y Performance, like over $60,000. Ding, those can easily get taken out. I would say paint defect on pillar. I guess I would need to see it before, passing, any sort of, advice on that. But I mean, it's tough because there's that $7,500 federal tax credit, and you potentially could have got pushed to, later on, and you're kind of forfeiting that as well. But yeah. Good evening, Paul. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thanks for coming back in. I just looked at inventory for the same exact model I bought for a listed price with Destiny 55990. They're going for 61,990. Yes. What do you mean exactly by that? Oh, because like the 2K price increase? Yeah. Model Y long range went up $2,000 and a variety of different ones. Sometimes when I look at this site, especially this page, I always do a double take because I'm like, wait, did the price go up? It did. It just didn't go up like right now. Bad build quality. Have you seen the new Teslas? Yes, all Teslas bad build quality. So, unfortunately, it is higher pricing, like BMW pricing, Mercedes pricing, but definitely not luxury quality at the end of the day. iPhone Pro Max can be upside down to wireless charge the Model Y long range. Oh, good. Thank you, Paul. Thanks for coming in and dropping that advice for that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. If you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla inventory has skyrocketed across all models. Model Y, though, it's got a good healthy amount of Model Y long ranges. It seems like their inventory dump that they had earlier today, it was like 60 or 70 Model Ys, is now it's willing down. That's for sure. So if you are if you got a pending order, try some of those EDD hacks that we talked in the channel. I'm hoping inventory drops tomorrow soon. Yeah, it definitely should. I mean, Thursday, Friday, that's typically their time frames that they do their inventory drops. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the links down below in the description if you want to support the channel, including the Patreon link to get access to the best credit union and interest financing rates, amongst other benefits. And thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for joining in. Raj, yes, there is banks less than 5% down below in the description of the Patreon link. Check it out. And let's see what else we got. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Thank you.